right, looks like we're back live. Um, and while we're doing this, I'm going to be testing something out now that the live has, so it brought me back to the live. I have the same comments. It brought me back to my live here. What else here I'm looking at? So in the first 30 minutes or 20 minutes of this today's live, we were talking about my TikTok friend Yak, who is a chef or chef want to be, and I wanted to give him some feedback because he wanted me to help him prepare for an interview to be a chef. And so we went through a list of things here that I asked my ChatGPT to help him. And again, just to recap, so if you show up or anybody, if you see this again, to prepare for your interview, research the role of the restaurant and the restaurant. Prepare for common interview questions. And again, if you want those, just put questions in the comments and I'll send them to you. Practice a cooking demo or trial. Dress professionally. Bring a culinary portfolio. So if you've already cooked something but you want to cook something, go ahead and bring it with you. Well, pictures of it. Again, add anything that talks about your food safety certifications and stuff like that. And again, you have to have strong communication skills because you're going to be talking to a lot of people daily. Some are going to give you feedback and you're going to be giving others feedback. So you have to be able to take feedback well, give direction clearly, be a team player. Practice your interview phrases, the kitchen terminology, safety protocols, and then prepare for questions from them, for them. You know, you ask the questions, what's the typical kitchen structure here? What are your expectations for new chefs? Do you offer growth or training opportunities? Those are questions that you need to ask. So again, Yak, thanks for asking those questions, and I'm glad that I could help you with that. Again, everybody, welcome. My name is Rick Gomez, and I live in El Paso, Texas. This live is sort of kind of on the squirrely side today because we're having connection issues. But if you're joining, please share. Oh, Mr. Heads, thanks for the rose. I appreciate you. Tap, tap, tap. Let's get this out to people so that they can, again, if they have a question about using my experiences in business and in life, how I can help somebody, answer some of your questions. So, with that being said, let's move on to the next thing here. So today was about that. So what I share with everybody in the mornings is that I look at my ChatGPT every morning so that I can see what I thought about yesterday and when I was sitting wherever I was and I typed into my ChatGPT, what was I trying to help somebody else with? What did I do to add value to somebody else? Because sometimes, I don't know it all, but I think I do, but I don't. And so sometimes I have to get out here and I have to ask ChatGPT to sort of kind of frame it up a little bit, and it knows what I want from an answer. So when it searches or does its compilation of answers, it comes back suited for me. And so I asked a question for one of my viewers, Yak, about chef interview tips, and it prepared me a list that are like bullet point kind of thing. I can print this out. There's a checklist. He can use it to practice and to prepare for that interview. So again, ChatGPT. So yesterday I was talking about you can even ask ChatGPT to help you create a picture. I was telling you this, that I was setting up my Stan Store, that if you're going to work on TikTok, they want you to stay on TikTok, and they want you to be integrated with TikTok. A lot of my payment gateways are outside of TikTok, so people would have to go outside of TikTok, and that sort of kind of creates friction being in this TikTok environment. But with the Stan Store and it being integrated, TikTok is not gonna care. They're gonna like it that you're using something that's integrated with them. And so, just last night I was messing with this to get it set up. Again, it helps you set up a structure, a format. It's almost like a web page. And if any of you are familiar with Linktree, it's sort of kind of like that, because you build it, and then when you push on the button, it can go do different things and go to different sites and different forms. So anyway, and so the widgets that I had it automatically built for me is the social media widgets. And so all these have my profile or my accounts on each of these marketing platforms or social media platforms. So if you want to get a hold of me that way or learn more about me, you can go to any of these. This first button is, you always want to be an affiliate, because you're always going to be talking about the stuff that you're using, the tools that you're using. And if that tool offers a commission for helping them become customers of Stan Store, then you should be compensated for that, because you're adding value. You're showing people how to use a tool. It's valuable. So you should, again, the first thing I do, I put the Stan Store affiliate link. I tell everybody, look, I get a little bit of your monthly subscription, but at the same time, when you build yours, you're going to have the same thing. You'll build it, and when you're promoting your products and services, you're able to get some of that, recoup some of that money through your affiliate commissions coming back to you. So, welcome, Princess, My Name, Ethan 8, Alex 2010, Elsa, Real Energy. Thanks for joining. So right now, what I'm going over is my setup of my Stan Store. I had decided to be in TikTok more, and I was getting out of the other social media scene. And so one of the things that I'm doing here is integrating into one platform. It's going to be in TikTok. Let me see what these messages are here. So this is what I was doing yesterday, yesterday evening. I don't know what the messages are. So anyway, system's running a little slow. The messages will come out here in a minute. But so yesterday I was building this, and an affiliate link there, book a call. So you can get on my calendar. You can go here. You can click, and it'll charge you $9.99 for the moment. After I get it all set up, then that'll go up. I have my own course that I want to have, and again, it's not out there right now, but there's a placeholder there. You can always start with placeholders, so don't ever think that you have to know exactly what is going to be there. You just put a placeholder. And again, you can't be perfect, because nobody's perfect. And so for me to show you this part is hey, good morning, Randy. Thanks for showing up. I want to get this thing set up, but I want to work. I try to do things at the same time, because if I'm here on a live, that's helping me. If I'm setting up my system, that's helping me. So I'm looking to always be working efficiently, right? And I'm getting all these messages. I'm excited. Who are all these messages from? So, and like I said, so yesterday I put in some placeholders. Today I'm going to make sure that they're all connected, and I just want to share that with you. So that was a Stan Store from yesterday. And usually for my lives, I like to have my ChatGPT open because I'm using my ChatGPT to either answer questions or lead the conversation. So like I said yesterday, I used it to create a 100 by 100 by 100 pixel pic for that website. So I took a picture from my Facebook page and I said make it 100 by 100, and it did it, and I was able to insert it in there. And then I'm having these issues with my CPU, and I don't know why, because I cleaned it, I dusted it out. I'm gonna have to go get it an air conditioner or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too hot to handle. So I'm going to do that. So I did some research on CPU underclocking. I don't know about you guys. Have you ever had HP Instant Ink? Well, I tried it for 3 months, and all that is a program by Hewlett Packard HP to send me ink on an auto ships kind of schedule. But I have more ink than I have printing, so there's a disconnect there. And so I wanted to stop it, but once you get the ink, you can't use your PC unless you're on the system. So it's sort of kind of like, they lock you into using their system and being part of it. So the only way to get out of it, I have to go get me some new cartridges and put them in, and then that sort of will override this other automated system. Yesterday when I was in school, we had a Spanish class activity that I was helping the kids with, and so the Spanish teacher gave us these two sheets of paper. One was a description of characters, and the other one was a character image one that talks about who are these characters, and you can't see it right there, but oh, come on. This is from the story The Jungle Book, and they're asking here for the kids to put down who are these characters. And so I knew who the characters were. I just wanted to see what TikTok would do. So I said, how to match up these descriptions with these characters. And so TikTok knew that top image was Mowgli. And the description es un niño humano que se perdió en la selva cuando se era pequeño. So, it talks about what and who Mowgli was. Like in the middle of the image is the Baloo, the bear playing with the leaves, and then Akela, the wolf. So that was from yesterday. And then I was doing some songwriting yesterday, or not so much songwriting as much as song retweaking. I use Suno.com to write songs, and usually I tell ChatGPT to help me write a song, and I tell them the scenario, so my friend's daughter Caitlin is graduating from high school this year, and I've been playing around with graduation anthems or songs, and so I have ChatGPT help me with the words, and what I do is I input the storyline, the person's name, what they want to be, what kind of sports and stuff they were involved in right now, currently in high school, and then it would go out there and write the song. And so, so far so good. It's the hard part for the Suno or the AI is Caitlin's a hard name to pronounce. If it's all English, Caitlin sort of kind of is fine, but she doesn't spell her name Caitlin. It's Katelyn, and the songwriting AI takes it as Catlin or something like that. So you have to sort of kind of trick it into pronouncing it correctly. And until I find out how to change the pronunciations in the Suno, I keep playing with it. The $10 a month fee, my subscription, gives me 2,500 credits, and that writes about 600 songs. So I have a lot of room to play with and practice and go through this. But again, that just goes back to the part about personal development. What do I do each day to build income after corporate life? I learn new skills. That's it. I learn new skills every day. I want to be a problem solver, not a problem maker. And so if you want to learn new skills and you don't have skills, here's some free skills in that 90-day freedom blueprint. Go there and you'll have some free skills that you can learn. And then this ChatGPT, you just have to get out there and learn it, and learn how to talk to it, learn how to feed it, learn how to have it know who you are, what you're about, what you're trying to do, and you can get it to work for you. And again, I pay $20 for the Chat GPT, and the reason being is because I just want to make sure I have the better AI modeler. I want to have the better, I want it to be thinking more clearly. I don't want the free thinkers. I want the more, I want the version that helps me the best. And so then also, I wrote another song because, just like I was telling Yak about cooking, I watch those cooking movies and cooking shows, and they talk about the people that want to cook, but everybody looks at that career as a cook. What are you going to be a cook for? But that's where people are the happiest, when they're cooking. So let them be cooks. That's what they're here for. And so one of the things yesterday was I watched these movies about songwriters, musicians, people that write songs. And I was in my Suno, you can't put an artist name in specifically because it won't generate a song. It'll think you're trying to copy a song. So what I got, I went to my ChatGPT and I said, okay, I need a female country singer. And I said, describe Carrie Underwood or Miranda Lambert without mentioning their names. And so then it went out there and it came back with a description with no artist name. A bold, powerhouse female country voice with grit and grace. This style blends heartfelt Southern storytelling with modern production. Think twanging guitars, fierce drums, and emotionally charged vocals that soar in the chorus. The tone shifts effortlessly between vulnerability and strength, capturing the spirit of a woman who's been through it, risen above, and come back stronger. Perfect for anthems about independence, empowerment, and unstoppable drive. So, I can't use the artist name in my Suno to create a song, but I can create the essence of that singer and put it into my Suno. And so I did that for that yesterday. Over here, what else I have? Country song inspiration. What's this one about? So right now I'm reviewing yesterday's collaboration with ChatGPT. Yeah, so yesterday, I've been in my ChatGPT for a while, and it knows a lot about me. It knows a lot about my life and where I've come from and what I've done. And so I said, write a song based on my life in the style of George Strait. Again, now, I can't put George Strait into my Suno because it'll say I'm trying to be George Strait. But this song has, even remember that Dad drove a Sears truck and that my mom was a seamstress, right? And so they do all that. But then I came down here, let's see, here's one that doesn't have, without referencing his name, hard work runs deep, classic country, steel guitar, fiddle, smooth baritone delivery. The vibe is proud, reflective, steady like a two-step on a hardwood floor. And so it has this song, and I'll be putting this song out there after a while, and you'll start hearing it even in my TikTok videos, because I'm going to be making some videos from my Suno recordings, and I'll be talking about that. Again, I also, TikTok is, it'll put this stuff in Spanish. There's a Spanish market of people that are looking to advance and grow and learn and build, and I can have ChatGPT turn my story from an English version to a Spanish version without losing any of the meaning, and it gives me another market to market to. And it's always providing good feedback to me, and sort of kind of pat me on the back. Your story is gold, my friend. Let's keep it running, turning it into timeless content. So that was yesterday on that. And then yesterday, what I've been doing also is, so the Carrie Underwood song, you can take a book, and back there I have a book called Unlimited Power by Tony Robbins. And in that book is a message about how to get outside of yourself, think of yourself bigger and better, use your imagination to grow yourself. And I talk about self-ice, self-image, self-confidence, and self-esteem as the three major areas that you have to work on, because those are really the three things that help you take action. If you don't have self-image, you're not going to take action. If you don't have self-confidence, you're not going to take action. And if you don't have self-esteem, you're not going to take action. So fix those three things, and then you can do anything. So, I had it write a song from that book, Unlimited Power. And again, it's getting the idea from the book because it knows the book. That's the beauty of ChatGPT. It knows the books. And so all these verses, so the title was Power in These Hands, because Unlimited Power just says all that power is in me, is in you. You have unlimited power within you. You just have to figure out how to access it. And to me, the way to get to it is through your self-image, your self-confidence, and your self-esteem. Those are the keys that unlock all your superpowers. And so, and again, I did it in female voice. It can be either male or female, but it seems to me like females are more motherly, kind of proactive. So as I read through this thing, power in these hands. I used to wait on fate to call my name, chasing dreams down someone else's lane. Thought I was small, stuck in that role, but I found the fire deep in my soul. Now I don't need no one's permission to rewrite this life I'm living. And that's the truth. You are the author of your own life. And whatever you think in here is going to be happening out here. And if you're thinking inside that you can't do it, that you don't have a valuable story, that you don't have a story to tell, then you're not going to do it. You're not going to have that story. And so, again, the story comes out, and the music, there's power in these hands, fire in my plans, lightning every hour. And so that's verse 1 in the chorus. Verse 2 was, I turned my pain into pure drive. I taught my fears how to step aside. I don't just hope, I decide. I see it, I feel it, live it with pride. Again, you have to see what you want, you have to feel it, and then you have to take action on it. And again, the song got the concepts from the Unlimited Power book. But it's the same message that everybody's been trying to convey to you, and to all of us, that there was a time when I didn't believe in myself, I didn't have self-confidence, I didn't have good self-esteem, I didn't have a good self-image. And so going through this process for me It's helping me build my skill sets, my self-esteem, my self-image, my self-confidence, and so I think these are tools that we've been waiting for all our lives. To if you're stuck and you want to make a change and you want to learn things, then you want to play with ChatGPT and do this, because it's going to help you. Again, you don't want to spend the time that I did and the money to read all those books, but there's a lot of good books in there. And so what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to take the books that I like the best and create songs out of them, and then create me an album of these songs. Primarily because there'll be a giveaway to the people that subscribe from me or purchase from me, or that are part of my community. So I'll be doing that. And what else we got here? So I got the chorus. The chorus was, there's power in these hands, fire in my plans. I'm taking back the reins, I ain't asking again. No more holding back, no more looking flat. Got belief like a rocket, truth like a train. I'm running on unlimited power, calling down lightning every hour. And the bridge would be, every word I speak, it shapes my world. Every dream I chase makes me that girl. Not afraid to rise, not afraid to shine, because the only limits are the ones in my mind. And then the final chorus, there's power in these hands, fire in my plans. Ain't no chains that can hold back where I stand. No more dimming light, I was born to fight. Faith is my voice and stars in my sight. I'm running on unlimited power, and I'm claiming every hour. I'm running on unlimited power. So again, I will put this out here so that my Suno will create the song for me, and then I'll publish it in TikTok Reels, and you'll hear those coming up. So that was that one. And again, here's the style description with no artist name. So what else did I do yesterday? So then there's another book that I read, and this is a deep book because it takes a while. But so this book was, so the book was, is about Viktor Frankl, and he wrote a book called Man's Search for Meaning. Sometimes when a man gets to the point where he says, like, why am I here? What am I supposed to be doing? And that's a man's search for meaning. Women, the same thing. So when I say man, it means the human species. And so the book, you can read it, and it's a great book. I only read it once, and sort of kind of like, there's a lot of words to it, right? But I said, take that book and write me a song. And the song title it chose was Even Here, There's a Why. And it reminds me of the verse, the Bible verse, in all things give thanks. Because in good times, give thanks. In bad times, give thanks. Because there's a reason why you're passing through that. So, and if you don't know, Viktor Frankl was a POW in a concentration camp in Germany. And, he was, around a lot of dead bodies, a lot of pain and suffering, a lot of hardship. And he wrote that book about how why am I here? What's the purpose of all this? And he was able to come out of this thing, out of that concentration camp experience, and write this book to share that even in those times, you're learning something, and that you can grow from that experience. And so, again, and when I write these songs, the ideas come and I write them, or they get written, I listen to them once, and then I have to come back and listen to them again, because I'll tell you, at the beginning, every song that comes out, I'm not wowed at all. I mean, I am wowed in the sense that, wow, that's pretty cool that they made this song. But then I go listen to the words, I listen to what they're trying to say, and I then I started getting into it. I go, this is a good song. Because we've all heard good songs, but it takes you a while to understand that it's a good song. Same thing with anything that you're learning. You don't see it right away, but the more you see it, the more you see it, the more you see it, you think, I like that idea. I like that idea to start learning how to build income from home. I like that idea that I can do stuff while I'm working, and the system will be working while I'm working. So like I said, I'm trying to take these ideas and share with people, because I think one of the things that people are stuck with is that they're not using their imagination enough. We all have it, but the majority of people don't use it. And so part of what I want to do is I want to help you wake up your imagination. I want to help you, expand your possibilities, expand your mind. And hey everybody, thanks for joining MXMX. It's Wes, Arturo Crespo, Cabana. Thank y'all for joining. This is going to be a short live because I've been having all kinds of connectivity issues. So I'm cutting off at 6, so about 8 more minutes, and we're gonna call it a day. So again, the song title here is for even here. There's a why, and this was pretty interesting because this one is in this first verse. It's spoken, and again I'll share it with you later. But in the silence of the pain, in the cold and endless night, he held a picture in his mind. Love became his light. Though the world had lost its reason, his body wore the chain. His spirit whispered softly, this suffering is not in vain. Even here there's a why, a meaning through the flame, a choice to hold on, though no one knows your name. Freedom's not outside, it lives inside the soul. You can't steal a man's will, he still remains whole. They took all he had, but they could not take his view that we are not just what happens, we choose what we do. A moment of kindness, a thought of the past, he found strength and purpose, a truth built to last. Even here, there's a why, a reason to believe. In the midst of ashes, we still can conceive. Man is more than dust, he's meaning, he's choice, and even in silence, he can raise his voice. The last freedom is to choose how we respond, to live for a dream, for love, for a bond. When you know your why, you can bear almost anyhow. Even in the darkness, you stand and say now. Even here, there's a why, a flame that won't die. Through the weight of the world, the soul can still fly. In the heart of despair, let the truth ring clear. We find meaning, yes, even here. And again, this is a song that was written by ChatGPT based on the book by Viktor Frankl, Man's Search for Meaning. And again, so when I publish it, you have to put some stuff in the publishing part. But and now it's asking me if I wanted a Spanish version, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So since I'm here, might as well, yes, create a Spanish version. And so here's a Spanish version of the even here. There's a why inspired by El hombre en busca de sentido, a man's search for meaning in Spanish. So let it click around, and aún aquí, even here, hay un porqué. So I'll let that generate a little bit here. I'm going to be on for about 4 more minutes. I appreciate everybody that's come on. Again, I've been having all kinds of technical issues this morning, so it's going to have to cut this short. I do have a hard stop at 6. But what I'm showing here is that you can take ChatGPT, put a book in it, or a book title, and then have it write a song based on the thoughts in that book. And you're creating something new. So you're not stealing, the idea is there, you're adding to the idea, you're crafting the idea, and you're getting it out there. There's many forms that information can get shared. Print is one way, but I think that music and songs are the other way, because they tell stories and they bypass what they call salesman filters that sort of kind of blind you to not see something. But a song and a story, that bypasses all this stuff, because you say, oh, that's a song, that's a story. And then as you listen to that story, it starts putting seeds in your mind, and you start thinking differently, and hopefully you'll want to do something different. But I'm going to have to cut it off here. I'll come back and I'll do this tomorrow, and I'll look at these again tomorrow since we're working on these today. But anyway, have a good day, everybody. I have to let you go now because I got to run. Have a great day. Take care, and God bless.